What's up, everybody? It's your boy Geniose back with another episode of Let's Talk Real Talk. It's me and Lysha again this week. We hope y'all have had a good week. Uh, Lysha, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm great. I'm actually in a good ass mood. I don't know why. I don't know where this ball of energy came from. As soon as you said you was about to record, I was about to laugh, but I caught myself because God is good all the time.
I'm glad one of us got some energy because I'm fucking drained. Like I'm tired. I ain't have work today. I've been in the bed all day. I've been recuperating. It's been a hell of a week. Or shit, hell of like 13 days, and it's gonna keep going on because I work a double on Monday and a double on Tuesday, and I think I'm there for like 10 hours both of them days. So
What's wrong with you?
I gotta get these coins. It's
Yeah, I
time to
feel
get.
you.
It's time to get these coins. But anyways, yeah, we back. Is there anything you want to talk about first, Elisha? I want to bring up that little thing we talked about yesterday. If you don't,
What? What? Go ahead.
there was a news article. Let me see if I can pull it up. But there was a news article yesterday that I found yesterday morning about how there is a clinic in
Oh,
Ohio.
yeah, it's in Ohio, Columbus, I believe.
Yes, that is, excuse me, that is taking non taking non-working or non-wanted uteruses from women and transplanting them into transgenders to allow them to finally carry children. I've pulled up the article. Let me read a little bit for it. A new surgery
What
could
would
allow
our world be like if young women were
Whoa,
mentored
okay,
by
nope,
older
that's got
women?
volume.
What
Nope, back away. It started playing volume out of nowhere, and I ain't trying to advertise nobody. But anyways, basically, it was really talking about how that there's an operation. It's not 100% safe yet, but it's kind of getting there to where if a woman doesn't want her uterus or if it is a partially damaged uterus, it can be transplanted into a transgender woman and allow them to carry children. And I thought that was really interesting because I'm all about I'm all about being progressive and moving forward, and if you're transgender and you want to carry a child, I think you should have that option.
Right.
So I I was reading, I was like, okay, this is really good, and a lot of other people were saying it was a good thing. I didn't really see nothing negative about it. The only thing was that came to mind as I was reading. I was like, well, you would have to find two things. One, you would have to find a woman that would be willing to give up her uterus, and two, even if the operation did become successful and like non-dangerous to other parties, you would still probably want some sort of benefit of getting your uterus taken out. And I feel like that would be something that they would have to discuss later down the line. And I actually talked to you about it if you would be willing to give up your uterus.
Yeah, I wouldn't personally, um, because I would like to have kids of my own. But in the case that that shit is painful as fuck, and I don't think I could do it again, I would. But as of right now, I wouldn't give it up. That would be something I would like to keep.
Okay, but what if you got it taken out and when you got your period, you wouldn't get them uterus cramps no more?
You wouldn't get your period because there would be
Fair
no nothing
enough. Yeah,
for the
it
eggs
wouldn't
to
be
be
there.
moving around.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be there. So that's
Be no
okay.
period.
We winning. I see you. Okay, okay. But yeah, that was just something really interesting, and it kind of it was a nice note to start the day off. To be honest.
Yeah. I like the end of last week's episode I talked about the whole Chris Brown and Karuchi thing with her getting a restraining order on him.
Yes.
Apparently, he hasn't been properly served, so their court date got pushed back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be pushed back for some time now because the nigga about to go on tour. He got rid of the wolf chops. His hair seems to be what I think is a rose gold color, maybe some form of purple. I don't know, but he looking kind of good. That tour should be very, very fucking interesting. I'm not going because niggas never come to Connecticut. I actually caught Chris by accident. When I finally seen him in concert, I caught him by accident. Those dates were an add-on date, and I just my brother, I think he had went to like a Future concert or some shit like the weekend before, and I was like, nigga, Chris coming next week, since you ain't want to bring nobody with you, and he bought the tickets, and the night was lit. I enjoyed myself. Also, the fight with Soldier Boy and Chris is canceled. Shit ain't happening. I knew it wasn't gonna happen.
Soldier Boy didn't want them hands.
Man, Soldier Boy is going around saying that Chris canceled the fight because he don't want to get beat up by Soldier. So
all Soldier was gonna do was run up in his face and be like, "Yeah, bitch, yeah," and try and you on him. And Chris Brown would be like, "No, enough of that," and probably just punch the shit out of him.
Chris even like went to the extent of saying like, you know, that there's no reason to risk. First of all, they was trying to have a fight in Dubai.
But wait a minute, hold on. Wait.
What happened? What I say?
Dubai? Like
Yes.
the city of Dubai? In India, Dubai?
Young Abu Dhabi, yes. The fight was supposed to be out there. Now, first of all, with Chris's pass, you're risking this nigga just possibly just getting his fucking passport revoked and his ass is stuck out there.
Yes.
For God knows how long, you know? And then on top of that, niggas was actually trying to cake off that shit. And ain't nobody really around for that. Like, no. First of all, I'm not getting stuck in another fucking country. Two, you got niggas who pretty much robbed my fucking house, tied my aunt up and put her in a fucking closet trying to cake off my shit. And then I set up a private gym so that we can get the shit over with, and you don't want to do it. It took the fun out of it. I just knew from jump that it wasn't gonna happen once 50 Cent and all them niggas got involved in it. And then his baby mom tried to jump in that shit, and ain't nobody had time for that either.
How did 50 Cent even get involved in it? Like, I knew about some of the other people, but I was like, wait a minute, 50, where did you come from?
You know 50 Cent is the world's biggest instigator.
This is true. This is very true.
You know the I don't like men's no more, I'm delivered nigga?
Yes.
Well, he's being sued.
Wait, what?
He's being sued by a former NBA, well, not NBA, NFL player, Cordell Stewart,
I know who that is.
for approximately $3 million. This nigga was going around saying that him and Cordell was in a secret relationship. And Cordell was like, bitch, not me, not my type. You ain't my type of nigga. So he took him to court, sued him, won the case, $3 million. This nigga set up a GoFundMe account to pay the shit back.
Wait, whoa. Now, okay. Legal system aside, you lost the court case.
Mm-hmm.
And as a person who, well, would you call him famous?
Andrew?
Yes.
No.
Would you say he's a person that at least has, I don't want to word this. He was basically like a one-hit wonder sort of person. Like, they were some for a minute and then
Yeah, he went viral, and then he tried again. Niggas trying to cake off of shit that shouldn't be caked off of, doing appearances. Apparently, he worked at Lenox Mall, so if you ever bump into that man down at that mall, just keep walking. Sister reboot might be coming soon.
I read about this. I'm kind of hesitant because, like, how would you? How? Okay, let me ask you: if you were you you a producer, you a TV producer, somebody come up to you, you like, okay, it's been what, 10, 12 years since Sister was really, I guess, relevant in culture. Let's give it a reboot. How would you, one, what would your first thought be? Two, how would you go about doing it?
All right, so how I'm gonna go with how I'm gonna go about it. All right, so the sisters, they done graduated from college. They got married. Probably not to Tyree or fucking Jordan.
Please don't.
Probably
Please.
found some new niggas. Um, they had the kids. They got divorced. Now they living together with the kids.
Okay. Okay. I could
Something like that.
I could see that working. It it would it would be like a sort of throwback to how it originally started. So I could roll with that. Just the thought of sister getting a reboot. I'm like, okay, well, it will it was a show originally because they were twins, and the thought of, well, they could come back to, they in the plot of, they could come back together and be like, oh, y'all was separated at birth, now y'all live together in one room. That could work. But as a reboot, I'd be like, it couldn't really be about them, really. Like, it had to be about someone. They would definitely be adults, and it would definitely be about their kids. I would just be like, that don't really make sense to me. But I like that thought.
I mean, there was like a nice clean Photoshop poster going around on the internet a few years ago. I don't know if it hit Tumblr, but I know it was popular on Twitter. And one of the sisters found it. I don't remember if it was Tia or Tamara. It might have been Tia. And she was like, sorry guys, this isn't happening. But it was literally a picture of the two of them. It was like the colors were split down the middle. Tia was holding Cree and Tamara was holding what is Aiden?
Mm-hmm.
And it said they had the sister logo at the top, and it had, I forgot what the tagline at the bottom said, but it was really really nice. Like, but to think that Tia went on Wendy Williams and she was like, it could be coming sooner than you think, is that warms my heart. I'm actually looking forward to that. Um,
Well, since we're talking about reboots and remakes, did you watch Samurai Jack, or have you watched it yet?
I did. I had I didn't watch it Saturday. I had recorded it and I watched it sometime during the week because I know one of them days I was off and I just decided to dedicate my day to watching TV because I don't watch TV like that no more. I enjoyed it.
I did
I
too.
enjoyed it.
I really liked it, and what's more so, I liked it because it felt like the original, but
Mm-hmm.
it was more gritty. Cause OG, well, it's like a continuation of Samurai Jack, but old Samurai Jack, because it was on Cartoon Network, they had to find a way to work around the blood and all the violence and stuff. But that gave it its own sense of self, and I feel like that was really well kept in this reboot. Two, I'm happy because it didn't end up like Powerpuff Girls.
The animation looks the same to me.
It looked the exact same. I think the only thing that's not the same is that the Aku's voice is not his original voice actor. That's because he had died, I think,
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 years after Samurai Jack had ended running. But other than that, I loved it. It felt like the original. It still had its funny moments. The just I think there's one moment I can't remember. I can't think of it right now, but for the most part, I really liked it, and I'm gonna definitely be watching it tonight as of recording on Saturday, the fucking 18th. I'll be watching it, which brings up a good topic. Is there any show in particular you would like to see remade well?
Um, honestly, I like certain things the way that they are. If they were to bring back a show and it literally has to be done right, like theme song has to be done by the same person, animation has to be right, but maybe a little like lines be a little thicker, it
Mm-hmm.
would be Static Shock. Like
Okay.
if you gonna do Static Shock, Romeo got to do the theme song again.
Yep. Yep.
you gotta have you gotta have everything the right way. If you can get the same voice actors, bring them on in. If you get someone new, make sure that they sound just like the original. Cause Static Shock was my fucking show. I love that show. Like Saturday morning cartoons were my thing. Like that was bonding time with me and my mom. Like we literally,
Mm-hmm.
I would wake up in the morning, go in the kitchen. She already had the freaking TV on Kids WB. She in there cooking breakfast, and I just go sit at the table and we literally watched everything. Static Shock, fucking Batman. What it was, it the Begins or Returns, one of those that came on Saturday. Freaking Pokemon, X-Men, all that shit.
I think I would love to see. I think I would love to see a reboot of Static Shock, and especially with how they doing like comic books to movies and that whole sort of movement that's going on. I definitely could see that later down the pipeline, like when they get a little bit more settled, like okay, we done did Batman and Superman because he is part of DC, I believe. Yes,
Mhm.
he's part of DC. So after they get all that settled, like okay, well, what was some of the old stuff that we did that people liked? And people, I immediately come to mind is Static Shock and Teen Titans. And unfortunately, with Teen Titans Go, we ain't gonna get nothing new with Teen Titans anytime soon. But I feel like Static Shock. I think a lot of people our age liked Static Shock. It was probably people's first or one of the few comic book superheroes that they had ever seen animated. So I think that would be a really good thing to look at. Personally, I would love not even a reboot or a remake, just a continuation. I would love to see a continuation of the Proud Family. Like that
Yes.
with Penny in college and her going through like her whole college life and just to see how that develops. The kids be done growing up a little bit. Sugar Mama will still have to be alive. I would love to just look at a Proud Family continuation because I don't really look at Disney no more. I think the last time I looked at the Disney Channel was
Honestly, once they started Ant Farm and Good Luck Charlie, okay, I watched Good Luck Charlie the first season. I watched Ant Farm the first season. After that, I took it out my favorites. I was like, I can't deal with this anymore.
yeah. I watched like I think I watched maybe like the first two seasons of Ant Farm, and I was like, okay, this is it's interesting. I cut it on there. I can't tell you what the fuck on there right now. I think I know the show with what's her name? I'm mad that I can't think.
Zendaya,
Yeah, that's still going on.
the spy one, or the Kick It Up. Is that what it's called?
The spy one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Kick It Up is done. I
Because
don't
I
know.
watched that when it first came out too.
And that was a good show. Like it was for a while. Disney had some good stuff going on, and then it just sort of I don't know because I got older or just it felt repetitive.
It
I
got
just
corny.
I
Because
just stopped watching.
I even tried to watch Girl Meets World. I tried my hardest, and I was just like, y'all didn't do this the way y'all told us y'all was gonna do it, you know?
Yeah,
So
I
I expected what I expected from Girl Meets World was for it to be, you know, Sean, Corey, Topanga, and them, like, as adults with their kids, but not the storyline be based around the kids, and then they
yes.
pop up every now and then. The same thing with Fuller House. I didn't expect it to be surrounded by DJ and Kibby and all of them. Like, and they're kids. So I don't know. TV is different nowadays. It's really not what I expected. It's not really like my taste because I'm so used to like everything like back then.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the thing. I think that's what's happening. People are starting to realize, okay, well, TV is meant. The TV that we grew up with, it's still there, but it's meant for a different audience now. Like, like you, I tried to watch Girl Meets World. I think it's decent. I don't think it's. I definitely don't think it's as good as the original Boy Meets World.
Mm-hmm.
And Fuller House, I'm kind of like, okay, I don't. It's here, and it's definitely not no Full House, but it's here. So, but people like it. People like that. People like Girl Meets World, and I'm just like, it don't appeal to me. And I think that's the hard part of getting to understand that these shows are no longer dedicated to my age range or my audience. Like
Right.
that type of humor is not. Well, even not any type of humor. Just a lot of shows don't cater to my type of humor anymore. Everything's memey now. Fucking Teen Titans Go, Powerpuff Girls, like all that stuff is just meme. I'm like, this isn't. I look at this when I get on the internet. I don't want to see when I get on TV, but people like it. I'm like, I guess it's really awkward to go through that thought of like, okay, well, I this isn't made for me anymore. I have to come to terms with that. I might not like it, but it is what it is.
And there's one show that Nickelodeon better not ever touch, or I'm suing the fuck out of everybody, and that's goddamn Rugrats, bitch.
They
They
already
bet not
they tried.
ever.
They tried with All Grown Up.
No. But All Grown Up was fine because even with All Grown Up, there was a sub series to All Grown Up where Angelica was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed that maybe had about 2 or 3 episodes, and then they went back to All Grown Up. But that was fine because yes, from 91 till 2000 fucking 2, no, till 2004, because they started All Grown Up in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking long, those kids had no business still being 1 and 2 years old from 91 to 2004. They had no business. So I believe, like, I honestly, All Grown Up was refreshing for me because from 2004 to 2006, I got to see my kids that I grew up with as preteens, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's how you do a reboot. That's refreshing.
Yeah.
Network need to take a page out of Nickelodeon's book, but I'll tell you this: I bet not see. Oh, we're bringing back Rugrats. No, the fuck you're not, because I'm suing everybody.
I'm so disappointed in Cartoon Network. I have many grievances with Cartoon Network, more so than I have with Disney and Nickelodeon, because they sort of just going through their own thing now. But now I'm just like, okay, before Samurai Jack even came back, Powerpuff Girls, I was like, okay, the little, I think it was like 15-minute mini episode that they had dropped.
Yeah,
That was a
they
whole different
had
type
they
of. I'm
did.
like,
Yeah,
okay,
then that was in 2014 when they did that because I was in college when they
yeah.
did
I
that.
was like, okay, this is good. I can roll with this. This is it's fine. The animation different, but it's good. It's still Powerpuff Girl humor, and it's still at the end of the day, girls fighting, kicking ass. And then we get the remake, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's
Mm-hmm.
humor is memes. The animation is awful. I'm not even gonna talk about how they didn't let the voices come back and do anything of it. Nor am I gonna bring up the fact that Miss Bellum is completely cut out of the show entirely. I'm just looking at it like, what is this? You had a mini episode 2 years ago that is better than the entirety of this reboot that you get going on. And I think they finally started realizing, because I don't it's not showed as much as it used to be when they were really pushing it like, oh, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be good. I think they're starting to find out. Okay, we fucked up. I think they're slowly starting to realize that, and I'm hoping maybe if they decide to do a reboot of something else later, they won't take that track because I have seen countless criticism and countless negative comments about Powerpuff Girls. You specifically. I know when we talked about this last year, you
Mm-hmm.
had quite a few words for it.
Throw a fucking fit, if you ask me.
Yes.
I just when they did did it the first time. Um, the first time they tried to reboot it back in 2014. To me, that was right.
Mm-hmm.
That to me felt right. That it wasn't OD. The animation to me was still the same. It was just a little brighter compared to the original show. What they did last year was complete and total utter bullshit. They tried to change the girls around. For whatever reason, there was like little because Powerpuff Girls was my show. So I noticed a lot of shit. They shrunk Blossom's bow and made it pointy. So it was
Mm-hmm.
like in the center of her head and it was pointy. It wasn't like a big wide bow. They gave Buttercup that nasty cowlick and gave her a raspy man voice. And then with Buttercup, they gave her bobos. And I'm just like, and their eyes are much bigger. Like they don't really too much have pupils like they did in like the original animation.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was saying earlier, Rugrats is one of my favorite shows. Like that's something that can't be touched. And Rugrats and Powerpuff Girls are on the same level with me. Those are two shows that I just feel like shouldn't be touched. Those shows are for my generation. I understand that y'all trying to bring the new generation in, but that's what y'all got Boomerang for. If they want to get into that, it's the next channel over, my nigga. Like, don't try and bring it back and then y'all bringing it back and it's trash. Like it's actually trash. Like with Nickelodeon, they have their new shows that they sprawl out there every now and then, but they still have SpongeBob that's been on the air since 99. They still have Fairly Odd Parents that's been on the air since 2001. And yes, Fairly Odd Parents is trash now, but it didn't get trash until after Poof was born. And with SpongeBob, I don't know what's going on with
I
that
don't know
fucking
what's
show.
going on. What's going
But
on?
you also have Nicktoons where they show all the 90s cartoons with that they have not touched that are no longer like still like in the lineup, and they're fine. Like I just feel like Cartoon Network, you guys have a sub channel for all y'all throwbacks. Just leave it at that. There really isn't a need to try and reboot something and recreate it to fit this generation when it was perfectly fine when it first came out.
And I think for
So
me, it's hard to see. I don't want to say the state of cartoons, but it's hard to see like the cartoons that are being made today or the reboots do poorly because I remember at a point in time when I was like 7 or 8 and Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon all used to be one channel part. Like for me, Disney Channel was channel 25, Cartoon Network was channel 26, and Nickelodeon
mhm.
was channel 27. And I remember all week I could just flip through those three channels and watch something I liked. Or if Disney was about to play a movie I didn't like, I could go to Cartoon Network and watch. I could watch Cartoon Fridays for an hour, 2 hours. When that got done, I could go to Nickelodeon and catch the last couple cartoons they showed before they got to Nick at Night. And I just don't have. That's not a thing to me anymore, and I think that's kind of why I've stayed away from TV in general. Because unless it's sports or the occasional reality TV show, I don't really watch TV. Like I'll watch some YouTube videos or anime, and I definitely steer towards that now than Western cartoons because there's just something that catches my interest outside of Steven Universe, and I got my own gripes with that. I'm about ready to fight Rebecca Sugar over that. So it's really hard
Honestly,
to.
and I I too, I don't watch TV like that. Like I literally will dedicate 1 or 2 days out the week to watch TV. My PlayStation is literally on all the time. I'm always on fucking YouTube. I'm either in somebody's live stream or I'm just watching whatever anybody posted. I like it's not the same anymore, but like Wang and I, we have our days where we'll just sit and watch anime all fucking day. And it's like it's just because like it's TV's trash. Like it really is trash. It's
It is
disgusting.
like it really is. It ain't even a day out the week. It's just Samurai Jack's finna come on. Let me look at that. I don't even think I watch. I don't even watch Steven Universe on my TV no more because Cartoon Network don't show it. They don't show. They'll show old episodes, but they'll be once. You'll get a Teen Titans Go episode 5 times in a row. You get a Gumball episode, which is an amazingly good show, but that's about to be over with. That's sad in its own right. And then I'm like, what else is left but to sit here and watch Teen Titans Go for 4 hours? And I'm just like, it's the same episode over and over again. And
Hey,
huh?
fuck Cartoon Network because they cancel my motherfucking shows because I needs me some regular show and I needs me
Hey,
some motherfucking Adventure Time. Like those are the two shows I feel like, and Gumball. Those are the two shows that was actually holding that channel down for the longest. And then they brought
they
in Teen
were
Titan Go and they forgot about everything else. And I'm
because
just like, what is wrong with y'all?
no, Adventure Time came out. I want to say 2010. I know I was in high school when it came out,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched. I think I actually watched the very first episode, and I was like, I'm not really too sure how I feel about this. But as it went on, I really started to like Adventure Time. Then regular show came out. I watched the very first episode of that, and I was like, I'll see how I feel about that later. And I really liked regular show. And the same thing happened with Steven Universe. And like you said, them three shows for quite a while. But not even Steven Universe, regular show, Adventure Time, and Gumball. Because I love Gumball from the jump. Them shows were really holding it down. Because Cartoon Network at that same time was trying to do that fucking CN real bullshit. That
Mm-hmm.
was a mess. So they were like, okay, well, we got to fall back on something. And them three shows were it.
Constant rotation every day. Like there was a marathon every day. And after that mini marathon of Adventure Time, you would jump right in the regular show. They have their mini marathon. After that, you would go in the Gumball, and then after that, Adult Swim would come on.
Mm-hmm. And you might get a, you might have got a total drama thrown in there somewhere, because that was
Somewhere, maybe about
somewhere
two,
in
three
there. Because
episodes.
that was there too for a minute before that went back to Canada. But but yeah, so that's my real gripe is with Cartoon Network, because I don't understand why it has chosen to let Teen Titans Go be the front runner when you still have a hit with Adventure Time before it ends. I think if not this year, next year is the last year of its running. Regular show is done. I still don't know why. And Gumball, I think, is on its way out the door too. And I feel like them shows didn't get the proper continued recognition they deserve. Because again, going back to when we were kids, Courage ran forever. Ed, Edd and Eddy ran forever. Kids Next Door ran forever. And I wanted to see them three shows do the same thing as them cartoons that we watched in the past, because I feel like they were on that level. Like they were for different audiences, but everyone could find enjoyment out of them.
You know what? Now that you say that, I feel like Ed, and Eddie just ended.
To be
Like
honest.
within like the last 4 years. I really feel like they did that movie. We got to see Eddie's brother. Personally, I didn't see the movie. I I didn't feel like ending my childhood like that. And yeah, that's damn.
It ran for a little bit while longer after the movie, and then they just kind of kept it in a slow rotation instead of, because it didn't have a true ending. Whereas Courage had a true ending because I think the last episode of Courage was the episode where they were like, "Oh, Courage, your parents are on the moon." It was something like that. Like the doctor, they were showing flashbacks of when Miriam had first found Courage, and Courage's parents like sacrificed themselves to get sent off to the moon so he wouldn't go, and then Miriam found him. Like that was the last true episode. Then they ran reruns of that for a minute. Kids Next Door, which ran on for quite a bit. That last episode was number one, going to the Galactic Kids Next Door after it might have ran a season after the movie because it had like a little mini movie, and that kind of went in rotation. So a lot of them old shows ended, but we just didn't know it because they would just kept going and going and going. Like I couldn't tell you. I think let me think. Let me think what else. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That
Yep.
didn't have a true ending, but they kept it in rotation for quite a bit because they were like, "Oh, kids like this." What else sort of ran in rotation on Cartoon Network? Dexter's Lab kind of did, but then that's when other shows started to pick up because I think at the end of Dexter's Lab's lifetime span, Foster's Home had just come out, so they were like, okay, well
Yeah.
we can slide Dexter out, let it go and live off in Boomerang, and let it Foster's run. Like Foster's, uh, Camp Lazlo,
Yep.
and what else? Because there was some other shows that ran during that segment of or that era of cartoons that I can't think of right now.
Dexter ran so long that we didn't even notice that they changed the fucking art style
At
and the
all,
colors got brighter.
like at
Like that's how
all.
long the fucking show was on. Like when like if you look at first episodes of Dexter, like the show, like the colors were very, very dull.
Mhm.
By the end of the damn run of the show, the colors were brighter.
Yep.
His eyes
They
was a little
actually
bit
move a little
bigger.
bit more fluid.
They had the theme song actually had words. Like it just wasn't the ending. Like the end credits wasn't just the words. The beginning actually had some form
Mhm.
of words.
I think
And
I think that changed or that style changed after Dexter's movie because Dexter had a movie that ran on Cartoon Network. I'd had to go back and look that up, but yeah, a lot of them shows did. Johnny Bravo had a style change.
mm-hmm.
I
They
thought
was
Scooby.
supposed to try and reboot that too.
I wouldn't want them to. I feel like I wouldn't want them to because the joke back then was, oh, he's always trying to hit on girls, but it never works because they just stand up
Yeah,
for
he's a
themselves.
womanizer, pretty much. Like
And in this
harassing shit.
generation, it'd be like, oh, he's sexist and no. Like no,
Mm-hmm.
you don't. That was the joke back then. And if anything, it's showing women empowerment because he constantly gets rejected because he's a fuck boy. But I would want that to stay where it was.
And even the one thing that I really, really always respected Disney for was when they were canceling their sitcoms, we got a movie. And then
Mhm.
that was it, Even Stevens, they did the whole that prankster
Mhm.
like type shit. Fucking
Was it a
uh
Waverly Place to get one?
yeah, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody had one, but then they had the spinoff, and then they had another
Uh
movie.
huh.
Then you had the Lizzie McGuire movie, but I believe that was in theaters.
That was in theaters, yes.
I love that fucking movie. I have the movie on DVD. What else?
Did
Raven. I
Raven
don't really
get
think that
one?
Raven too much had. I don't think she really had a movie. It's just so much of like I don't think Raven had a proper ending.
I,
And I think that's good that they didn't have really had too much have a proper ending because they're bringing the show back.
mhm. She had
So,
more specials than anything. Like she had a lot of hour long specials, whereas like Lizzie McGuire, even Stevens, they didn't really have many. They had holiday specials, but even Raven had that. I think Raven had multiple holiday specials. Like Raven might have did two Christmas specials if I think
mhm.
about it.
And the Halloween
Mhm.
episode, and the bitch turned into a cow. My lord!
Yeah.
And then the whole shit was just a dream. It was like, what? Huh?
I just want everybody to know the best thing about that Sir Raven was a boys in motion. We are the boys in motion. Boys, we are the boys in motion. We give you our devotion. That was the best thing about that.
Can you feel it? Can you feel the love? Nothing feels better than feeling the love. Everybody knows that when push comes to shove, nothing feels better than feeling the love. And they were singing just like that. Like,
Yep.
it was terrible, just
It
like
was
that.
awful, but we liked it. So, but yeah, this the state of the three childhood shows just don't sit well with me because, like you said earlier, Fairly Odd Parents still going on. I don't know why.
And they've
Like,
had 1,000,001 movies.
I really don't know why Fairly Odd Parents still going on. But Butch Hartman, I think he has another show about to come out because they ran like a little special 3 weeks ago. It might have been 3 weeks ago where they did a Danny Phantom short, and in the short it had Danny Phantom, his little gang, and then through the Ghost Portal came out Timmy and the Fairies, and then after they came out, I guess whatever the fuck he's working on next was shown, and I was like, okay, well, if this means I don't have to look at episode 1000 Fairly Odd Parents, I'm fine with it because I actually don't know what the fuck is going on. No, I take that back. I do know because I looked it up because I saw the intro. This motherfucker is splitting his fairies now with
Yes,
some bitch.
they ran out of fairies. The whole theme song actually explains it, so there's no reason for there to even be a show because the theme song explains it. Basically, fairy world ran out of fairies. His next door neighbor, his new neighbor, she pretty much going through the same thing that he's going through, and they just decided, well, Cosmo, Wanda, Poof, and the dog. Well, it's 4 of y'all.
Wait a
Timmy,
minute.
you're a greedy
And the
bitch.
dog?
Yes,
Wait a minute. What?
yes. So there's like, Timmy, you're a greedy bitch. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna split your fairies between you and her. And he hates it. Like the theme song explains the entire scenario.
See, I know I'm out of touch because I didn't even know there was a dog. Oh man.
He got the dog right after Poof was born. Like, the dog talks and everything, and his parents just act like this shit is fine. Like, my nigga, like, the dog is having a conversation with you and you just chilling. And the dog is a fairy. Crown and his tail is the fucking wand.
That's still going on, but I can't get another. I can't get another season of Avatar. Crazy.
I mean, Nicktoons still show Avatar regularly.
This is true. I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get a third season. I'm trying to get me some more avatars in my life. And not even that. The Avatar got pushed off the air when Korra was running, and I'm 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 getting angry because I'm thinking about it now. But anyways, oh man, it's been nice to talk about cartoons.
Yeah. Cat Stacks is back. Tyra is gonna be the host of America's Next Top Model again because I guess she looked at Rita Ora and was like, "Bitch, you fucked up my show." Do you know what happened between Snoop and Trump, and why Bow Wow decided he was gonna open his mouth?
Yes, I do. So Snoop just put out a song or a video like this week, and in the video he has people dressed up as clowns as they go about their daily lives, and it shows off police brutality and how it's just an act and how people can get away with it. And there's in one particular scene where there is someone dressed up as a clown that looks exactly like Donald Trump, and he shoots the clown with a toy gun, and it goes bang, and the little thing scrolls out, all that jazz. So people just run with the shit like, oh, that's dangerous. If kids see that, they're gonna mimic it. And what people genuinely tend to say when rap videos get any type of credibility and get widespread. So after that, people, all types of news reporters, like, he can't say that, he can't do that. It's just, it's immature and it's wrong to talk about president of the United States like that. Mind you, Obama faced all type of shit his entire tenure as president.
Hold on, hold
So
on, hold on. Pause. I'm sorry to cut you off.
go ahead.
I'm scrolling on Twitter because
Mhm.
I might find something new.
Mhm.
Mulan live action director confirms there are no songs.
Huh?
Keep the movie.
What? Wait. Okay, we're gonna have to come back to Snoop Dogg because this fuck with me. Because 2 days ago or 3 days ago, it was revealed that no. I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of the Aladdin movie
Huh?
because they're gonna do a live action Aladdin, and they
What?
were yes, bitch.
Okay, hold on.
All the
So,
movies are gonna be live action. I think the next one after Mulan is Aladdin.
so, all right. How are they going to do Jafar's house though? Because did his shit come up from out the ground and it was just a big ass flaming lion? Like as a kid, honestly, that scared the shit out of me. So how they gonna do that in real life?
Okay, first it wasn't his house. That was just a place in the movie
Was it?
called. It was called the Cave of Wonders. The story behind that was if you could venture further enough in the cave, you would find riches upon riches upon riches. And just so happened in that cave, they found Genie's lamp. It somehow got out the cave. I think a peddler had went to the cave, got the lamp, got back to Agrabah, lost the lamp. A lad found it, and then just the movie starts from there. But yeah, uh, as far as that, I don't know how the hell they gonna do that. Then again, we got this ugly motherfucker thing that's Beast. This whatever that
I'm
is.
not entertaining that.
That's definitely not Beast. I don't know what the fuck that is, but that's not Beast.
It's a man
And
with fur.
then so if that can happen, I'm sure they can figure out a way to do the fucking Cave of Wonders. Side note, I love Emma Watson, but she did not she should not have been given designer rights for Belle's gown because it does not look like Belle's gown. I'm gonna just
Hmm.
throw that out there right now. Whatever the fuck she wearing is not Belle's gown. Don't believe the hype. But anyways, back to the land thing because I read earlier this week that they were like, no, if we want certain people to be Jasmine and Aladdin in the movie. I couldn't think of their names for a minute, and they were doing casting because they were like no whites. So I was like, okay, right step, good. But the fact that there ain't gonna be no singing in Mulan, I don't know how
Well,
I feel
what
about
I'm
this.
reading right now is saying, as of right now, to the director's knowledge, there's no songs. Um, then they keep bringing up Beauty and the Beast, which I can keep all of that. I
You really
think
can. I'm
I'm
not.
not
I was
entertaining
cool.
that.
I love the Jungle Book remake. Good. I'm not gonna like Beauty and the Beast because that's just a man in a fur costume, and I don't care for what they're doing with the movie at all. Like all the other live action stuff that they done did recently, like I liked Maleficent, I liked Jungle Book. They were good to me. I'm not gonna like this at all.
What was what was that based off of?
It wasn't about Aurora, the princess. It wasn't about her. It was about how basically Maleficent came to be who she was. Like
But where did she
why
come
she
from?
was
Like
who she was.
what character? Like what story did she come from?
She came from Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, the bitch in the mirror.
No, that's Snow White. Sleeping Beauty is one through fairies, and
Yeah,
she prick her hand on the spindle, and she goes into like sleep forever. And then
yeah.
old Prince John
Then
goes off to fight the dragon at the castle with the thorns and all that shit. Mind you, the only reason I remember all this is because I play Kingdom Hearts to an unhealthy amount.
yeah, but see, with me, I've seen all of these movies more than I would like to have seen these movies, but because I'm an adult,
Some of them do
I
kind of
don't,
blend together.
I don't remember them. Like Hunchback of Notre Dame, I don't really too much remember much of it, but I know I own that movie on VHS. I've seen it recently somewhere in this bedroom. Um, I remember bits and parts of Aladdin. I don't really. too much remember much about Beauty and the Beast, but I have I don't know, maybe as a kid that was my shit because I have a lot of like
Oh
toys and
yes.
things from that fucking movie in this house
Oh
somewhere.
yes. Disney actually quite a bit opens up the Disney Vault and re-releases those movies back into the public or for like DVD copies and stuff because I think I own Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, um, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella. I own all of them. And then I know every like 5, 6, 7 years, they'll open the mysterious vault and be like, "Hey, we're re-releasing these movies to the public. You can't normally buy them anywhere, but we've remastered them and whoo, movie magic." So they are in circulation quite a bit, and as children, we watched them quite a bit, and probably own quite a bit of merchandise because Disney and McDonald's was like, "Oh, we're gonna release a movie. We're gonna make a toy of it. Put it in a Happy Meal and keep on going." I think I
Hmm.
still got a Bugs Life toy somewhere.
Somewhere in this house. I know I have Bugs Life plushies. I know that for a fact. Like I have basically all my toys from like when I was a kid, like all of that stuff that was in my toy box is in the attic and it's been in the attic for like the last 14 years. Because when I changed my room around, I did that in '03. And that was around the time when Lizzie McGuire and all that stuff was starting to pop off on Disney Channel. So
Mhm.
the painting in my room was Lizzie McGuire themed.
Mhm.
So um all the Nickelodeon, all that stuff, and all like the young Disney stuff, all of that just got bagged up and thrown in the attic. But I do know that I have like all of the merch. Like I have it, and I'm not gonna let her throw that away. I might actually have to fight her for that shit when I
I
get older.
have a toy crate at my grandmother's house because when we first moved when I was 14 out into the country, we were just like we can't take all this with us, so leave some stuff here. So I left it in my greenhouse. And I know in that toy chest I have all those movies. I definitely have at least two of those Happy Meal toys. There are Connects and Legos in there, and I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure there's probably some Cartoon Network toys in there. But yeah, that's what all all the old school Disney stuff is basically about to get remastered. So
I just I honestly I didn't know about the Lion King thing with Simba's son. I didn't know about that
what
until I
about
was
it?
out. I didn't know that like there was like a basically like a new Lion King show that they show daily.
Oh,
I didn't know about that until I was at work one day. This was back when I was still doing presentation, and they were like, "Okay, so you have the betting aisle to do." I'm like, "Okay, I'll do that. That's not a fucking problem." I look at the planogram and I look at the aisle and I see this little nigga that looks like Simba. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it says lion something. So I'm like,
oh, you're talking about it's a it's a Disney Playhouse show.
yeah,
Yeah, it's I don't even think it's about Simba. No, they might have retconned Lion King too and made the Disney Playhouse Simba's son. But I was under the impression that it was Simba's daughter's son.
was it? I don't know, but like
I didn't pay it enough attention to really care. I
he
just
looks
know.
just looks just like him. That's the thing too. The animation is the same. Cartoon Network. Listen, the animation is the same. Like when I seen him, I was like, "Yo, like that's Mustafa and Simba written all over it, right there."
So I was just like, I don't. I'm okay. As long as I'm not getting another Lion King movie anytime soon, I'm kind of good. Cause
I've never seen one and a half, and I've never seen two.
You ain't missing out on. No, I take that back.
I'm
You're
not.
missing out on Raven Simone's amazing song in Lion King 1.5. I can't remember what the song is
Are you
called,
talking
but
about
she
Grazing
had.
in the Grass?
Yes, that
Because
is.
that's on her. That's on her album. I
I
have
know
that song.
it is.
Please, I ain't missing shit.
Oh. Oh man. But so I know Aladdin is in the works. I know Mulan's supposed to come out this year. I think Mulan's supposed to come out either late this year or early next year. And then after them two, I think they're gonna do Cinderella, and then they'll do the rest of the princesses. I hope since they're doing the princess movies, we get a live action version of what is it called? Tiana, the
She was a
frog.
frog the whole goddamn movie, Genios.
Hey, listen, I can't remember. I was really sitting here trying to like, what is it called? What is it called? It's called something. I know it got something with a frog, but I would like to see a live action version of that, especially if they do it down in New Orleans to do it justice. Because that would be that's probably gonna be the one that's gonna be the the easiest to do, and two, it's gonna be the funnest to watch. I just want her to get more recognition as a Disney princess because I don't feel like she get enough.
Chris Brown just followed Rihanna on Instagram.
On that note, we're gonna call it an episode, y'all. Thank y'all for coming out this week and listening to us again. Fucking Chris Brown just followed y'all on Instagram. Yeah, I've had enough. Fucking.
I'm sorry.
We thank y'all for listening to another episode of Let's Talk Real Talk. This makes 3 episodes, so we on the right track. Is there anything you wanna closing remarks?
Since y'all already on my channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe and hit that bell so that y'all can know when the podcast goes up every week. Also, check out some of my other videos. Might be starting to stream again.
I'm glad you said
Maybe,
that.
maybe not.
I'm glad you said that. In about 10 days or so, I should be streaming. Well, we'll be done recording another episode by then, but I'm just gonna throw that out there now. I probably will be streaming. So make sure y'all come out for that. You can find me on twitch.tv at Geniose. You will know it is me. I assure you. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything we missed out this week. We might have, but it was more of a sort of nostalgia week. But we thank y'all for coming out and listening once again. Thank you for listening to the Let's Talk Real Talk podcast. We will hope to see y'all next week. Bye
I heard
bye.
you was about to slip up again. I heard that.
Hey, I didn't know. Peace out.